And welcome to viewers who are just joining us on BBC Two, day 8 at the Crucible, and we're involved in a very close and very prickly contest between 5-time world champion Ronnie O'Sullivan and former world number 2 Ali Carter. Carter, 2 frames in front, needs 2 more for a place in the quarter-final and a first ever win over the Rocket. Now, we now invite viewers on BBC One to switch over for the rest of this contest. It's live over on BBC Two now.
Yeah, that was
one.
Ali Carter's safety play has been impeccable throughout this match. That was a slip up there that has left Ronnie in.
Eight.
He's got to sit and see how many Ronnie can make here.
9.
Yeah, I'd be fearing the worst. He's possibly already resigned himself to losing this frame.
16.
Ali Carter sits there. It's something he did all last night. Didn't watch Ronnie when he was at the table.
17. $24. 25.
It's amazing, that was almost straight, and look at the angle he managed to force. That's down to timing,
32.
cue power, and of course the light cloths.
$33.
He's come up a little bit short there. Wanted to be nicer on the pink than this. No problem. Back in prime position again. Pink might have to go up onto the green spot. That's the highest available by the looks of things.
39. 40. 47. 48.
That's a slack shot for someone as good as Ronnie O'Sullivan. Good 2 or 3 inches too far with the cue ball there.
Well, he made that look ridiculously easy. It was awkward cueing.
53.
And the final
54.
frame before the mid-session interval, it made breaks of 59 and 71. Wow, that just shows
Ronnie
you
O'Sullivan, 54.
you cannot lose your concentration. Now, whether that was a little heavy contact, but he just thought it was in.
Yeah, it's just one carelessness. Just took it for granted. You can hardly call this a chance to win the frame at one visit for Ali Carter.
What he's worried about here, if he plays the screw back off the other red, he'll go dangerously close to the middle pocket there, just to the right of the blue. That's if he screws it in. So let's see what happens this white. Oh, he did go close to it.
1.
Well, in the end, it's turned out a pretty good shot. Okay, he's pushed the red towards the right cushion.
Five.
It's amazing how it
6.
can change around the frame. A couple of minutes ago, it looked like we were going to be 11-10 with only just one frame behind. Man, that missed sitter of a blue left this chance. And if he gets a good angle on the black, when he rolls this red in, he can bring the difficult red off the cushion.
11.
Just making sure there, checking the angle he wants to leave. Has he gone
12.
too far? He's just thinking about it, maybe just a fraction too far. I don't know if he can still get the cannon. He'd rather do that than drop in behind it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he was flying along, and then just shows you it doesn't matter who you are if you don't put 100% concentration. He thought the blue was going to go in, and then stopped in his tracks there. He had got the angle to bring the red into play. Still got that difficult yellow, as we show you the
19.
nice cannon that he played there.
Possibly. I think it's a half ball angle in the pink.
20.
Well, it'll have to be brown now. Doesn't have to play the cannon here. As you said, because the green is so close to the yellow, if he gets straight on the yellow, even to this right-hand corner pocket or left-hand corner pocket, either of the black ones, he doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball. Well, he's given himself an option of going for the pot.
24.
Green won't pass the brown to the left corner, so I have to just screw the cue ball back a little bit. He's just looking to see where he wants the cue ball for the green to left middle, but this could be the frame right here. Big shot. It's there.
26.
Well, when he came to the table, he said it didn't really look like a frame and an opportunity, but oh, he's done well to create this. It's going to be a little bit farther away from the brown than he would normally be.
29.
What a big clearance this would be, Dennis.
Wow, this is typical of Ali Carter. What a battler he is. It's going to come up a little bit short.
33.
Not too bad though, it's kept on running. Well, he let a groan out when he hit it,
38.
but it's not bad. He's got an angle. I don't know what he was groaning about. This is a good angle. I think when he hit it, he didn't think he was going to have as good a pink here as this. This is going to come back up for the black automatically here. Or is it hard enough?
44.
Needs to keep on rolling, and it is. What a steal from Ali Carter as he stays down on the cue there. Ronnie O'Sullivan missed an easy blue in the middle, and Ali Carter, well, a cracking clearance. He now leads by 12 frames to 9. He only needs one more.
Well, it seriously is bringing out the best in terms of their play anyway in these two men, and that was an unbelievable clearance from Ali Carter to go within one now.
Well, I didn't see it coming because I didn't see Ronnie missing the blue off the spot, so it just shows you. But what he's done there, that is one of the best clearances of his career. Under the circumstances where he is at the moment, the needle in the match and everything that's been going on, that is a brilliant clearance.
Well, you mentioned what's been going on. For those of you just joining us on BBC Two, there was contact between the pair in frame 19 just before their interval. And we're going to crank up our effects microphones in there just to try and elicit a little bit of sound between the two boys here.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Very nice of you. Stop being angry.
All right, fellas, just play on, yeah?
Well, we think Ronnie said stop being angry. They did actually clash there, and Ali said, nice one, Ronnie. And Paul Collier, the referee, has intervened to say, you two all right. Ronnie replies, cool, I'm cool as a cucumber. But the two of them were clearly not cool as a cucumber at the time. It certainly has cast an interesting shadow on this match, Steve.
Yeah, but not on the table. Playing the snooker. The snooker's great. They've been both battling like troopers, and fantastic clearance from Ali Carter, as Ronnie did in the frame before. So, you know, Ali Carter's played so well in this match. It's going to be interesting to see if he can get over the line. But both players now look focused.
They do, sure do. Ali Carter has never beaten Ronnie O'Sullivan in all the years they've been playing. And he's one away from doing it here.
Right, we're back with the battle of the Essex men. That was a tough safety. He hit it too thick. He had to find a gap, and he hasn't. What a chance is left for Ali Carter.
Yeah, mistake forced by an excellent break-off from Ali Carter. Okay, he's brought the red up to that end of the table, but excellent cue ball. Oh, if that green goes to the left middle, what a result. Don't think we're possibly expecting a chance so quickly in the next frame after making that fabulous clearance. But that's what he's got. He'll be absolutely buzzing inside, but you're going to try and stay composed. The adrenaline will be well and truly pumping.
That will do very nicely. having to concentrate on pink and blue at the moment, but the black's not out of commission. It's blocked into one corner pocket, but not the other. I don't think that's what he's looking at now. And even if it is blocked, he can remove that red in a couple of shots' time. He's planning his route, thinking 2 or 3 shots ahead here.
You're gonna have to give me a second here, Ali.
Yeah, Paul Collier says you'll have to give me a second, Ali, because he's got to get the pink into quite an awkward spot here, because it's got to go in amongst those reds in a direct line behind. That's why he's removing one of them, so that he's got a bit of room to respot the pink.
I've just put that red down. Can you show me which one it was?
He said, he's just put the red down. Can you show me which one it was? He said, I think he's got the right one. That was the one that he took away. Yeah, he was concentrating so much on putting the marker, he took the red away, and he's just checking which one it was.
No, this is not what Ali Carter needed.
Yeah, he had to take the red away so that he could get the pink in the right position, and he just momentarily lost a little bit of concentration and forgot which red he took away.
Yeah, I'm sure
In
it was.
fact, they're asking us in the commentary box, so we can show you.
I'm sure it's that one, sir.
Yeah, that's the way they were sitting, so it is the correct one.
Again now.
Yeah.
That's a break in concentration that Ali Carter could have done without.
I don't think it's going to go.
This is a chance to win the match.
Okay. 15.
I think he's just gone far enough. Had he have been straight on the blue, it would have been end of break, but he's got enough angle. Yeah, you can see he's the correct side of that blue line to get back to the reds. And if the black doesn't pot in the right corner, well, that could have been better. The red next to the black goes,
21.
but the black isn't available from that position, so that was a bit of a slip up there. He needs another one good positional shot now.
Yeah, I think he'll play for the red closest to the right corner now off the brown. Okay, it might also be in the red to the left of the black, to the left corner, so an area here, a choice of 2 reds. Let's just send the cue ball just past the middle pocket. It looks like maybe playing the 2 cushions. Needs that cue ball to stop. Needs that cue ball to slow down. He's okay.
26.
Just remains to be seen what kind of angle he's got in this red.
Sure.
Yeah, he's somehow got to force it to get up for the blue. If not, he could play it with topspin and come back across the table and leave the black for the same pocket that he's taking the red. That might be an option rather than trying to get up for the blue. And that's what he's playing. Topspin back through that gap. And here it comes. He's played it well.
27.
If you ever want to see a focus of concentration. You just look at Ali Carter just now, because it's intense how hard he's trying here. He knows this is the chance.
34.
4 times Ronnie O'Sullivan has beaten Ali Carter here at the Crucible, twice in a final. He hasn't won a meeting. 13 times he's lost to the Rocket.
$35.
One more red available, and then he needs an angle to get into that bunch.
He just wants to
42.
finish in a straight line, a level with the black, to be able to play that cannon that Dennis was saying. Perfect.
43.
This is the shot. If it comes off, it could put Ali Carter into the quarter-final.
He wants to screw into the bunch, because if he just stuns and brushes past the right-hand side of the reds, he could go enough in the right middle, or he could lose the cue ball up the table.
Well, that's exactly what you said, Stephen, and now he's faced with a long pot that would still get him onto the black.
50.
Yeah, but this red, the normal shot, stun off the left-hand side cushion for the black. If he misses it, he's leaving the red to the right middle. Do you take this on? It's match ball, virtually, if he gets on the black. Here we go.
He put everything into that pot and let the cue ball slip out of position.
Yeah, he was thinking about that red. So left the bunch to the right middle there.
Black safe, and what an advantage. As long as he doesn't go in off to the middle pocket, he's looking to push the black onto the side cushion. He's having to just play it slightly rather than just rolling it to avoid the in-off. He hasn't hit it hard enough though, but it's not bad. It's away from its own
51.
spot. Well, that's certainly opened the reds up. Is this going to drop in behind the yellow? Just too hard.
Well, he's got a 51-point lead, but the way the reds are, he still cannot afford a mistake. Heavy contact there.
That's the one time probably the heavy contact helped Ali Carter there. But you could clearly hear a kick as the two balls collided. Now, he knows one mistake and this year's Betfred World Championships all over for him. Now, where are they going to finish up here?
Sullivan could have left something easier than this. A little bit of desperation. Didn't really have much else on, but could easily have left a red.
I think he's having a go at this and screwing back for the pink. Up past the black into the corner. Whoa, close. That would have been a match winner had that have gone in. But the way he played it, it was like a shot to nothing.
Yeah, brilliant cue ball, wasn't it? And got close enough to the pot so the red wasn't coming back up the table. Wow. My goodness.
One.
As I said before, as we see this again, what a pot. Look at the way the reds are. He's gone favourite for this frame, Ronnie O'Sullivan, 50 behind.
Seven.
Ali was close with his long pot. Ronnie's was superb. But still can't afford one error. And well, we've seen everything now.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 8.
Absolutely amazing. He missed a blue in the previous frame and he miscues on another blue.
Yeah, to really get into the cue ball there. The position shot before was poor. You feel he doesn't want to take this red on, but I think he has to. Possibly play it, drop it in, play for the blue. Might be the only ball who can leave is the one he's going for. Don't think the red goes past the blue, the one that's close to it. It's match ball, Ali. I think you have to take it on. He's going to refuse it.
He might be thinking about cutting this one in past the blue. He feels that he could maybe get it safe if he misses that one. He didn't want to risk the other with the rest. But look at the cue ball.
Yeah, great shot. Great shot.
I don't blame him for that. If you're not comfortable using the rest, you know, why risk it and open the door slightly? This is going to be close. What a shot he's pulled off here.
Thank you.
You can just about see the red, the right side of the table, as you can clearly see there.
Again, if he takes this red on, if he stuns the cue ball where the red is, I don't think he's leaving much except the red he's playing.
What a shot!
It's the second one of those he's done today.
What cueing that was. Amazing. Just lots of noise from the other side of the arena as play finishes. Is he going to risk trying to land on the colour dead weight?
Rumble. Ali Carter, 1.
Well, I wasn't going to try anything too fancy there. Get too close to the brown, just make sure of the snooker.
Well, Ali Carter just needs one red at the moment to leave Ronnie needing a snooker, and it's Ronnie who's in a snooker. Dead weight. It looks a bit pacey, this. He could push it on. I think it's finished a little awkward.
I think the red goes past the pink to the right middle.
Oh, well, that's a plus for Ali Carter. So this red to the middle pocket to give him his first victory ever over Ronnie O'Sullivan. And there you see the red that he's faced with. It's there.
One.
He has showed some bottle in this match, Ali Carter. It looked like we were going to go all the way, and then that missed blue in the middle pocket from Ronnie was the big turning point at the end of this match.
Five.
It's had everything, both players making century breaks. But it's the end of this year's World Championship for the Rocket.
Ten.
Oh, it's hard to describe how Ali Carter will be feeling. Doesn't really matter about the next shot. He's trying to double the black. And Ronnie comes forward to shake his hand. It's taken an awful long time. He pats him on the tummy to say, well done. And look at that. Ali Carter, after all this time, manages to beat the Rocket Ronnie O'Sullivan. And that's what it means to him. And in the end, he wins 13-9. I think he's a happy bunny.
Ali Carter has played the Rocket in 7 Triple Crown events over the last 17 years. He's never got past him in any of those. He's never got past him in any of the 13 major matches before this one. What a victory, and he deserved to celebrate in the way he did.
I don't think you can underestimate that win from Ali Carter. The exuberance he showed, and the control you have to do to get to that point, and then you've got to let it out somehow. Lovely pat from Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yeah.
It was all finished and done and dusted in the heat of the moment. Wonderful spirit of the game. Both players played so well, both of them so competitive. But Ali Carter, that's the best match probably he's ever played in his life, in many ways.
And it's come really out of not a lot this season. You've got to say he's not had the greatest of seasons. I know he has had continuing health problems. But in terms of the way he closed out the match, he was fearless before the match, he was fearless during the match here.
I mean, it's all right. You have to stand up when you play against Ronnie, and it's all right to stand up, but you've got to... I mean, there's a lovely pat off Ronnie there to say well done. And you can obviously, he's delighted. You have to stand up to him, but you also have to play well to do that. And the clearance he made the frame before was magnificent, and he played an exceptional last frame there as well. You can see, I mean, why wouldn't he be letting it out? Fantastic result.
He's a 2-time Crucible finalist. There's no reason why he can't go on here, because, you know, he's played Ronnie, obviously, in 2 finals, 2008, 2012. And I don't know whether he does receive the credit he's due over the years, Steve.
Well, I think in a parallel universe, if he was playing with good health, I think he'd have played an even more prominent role in the game. So even with those things that have happened to him that have been, you know, really put him on the back foot, he's still been such a fierce competitor. You've got to love somebody who plays the game like Ali Carter. He's got a great cue action, but he's also got fire, determination and desire. And if he can believe it, again, even though all of the health problems, he can be a winner of this event.
How big a shock is this from O'Sullivan's perspective, and indeed for fans of Ronnie, because it's a 5-win season. He came here as a molten hot favourite.
I mean, how do you, as a phone book reader, how do you pick any result other than the Ronnie O'Sullivan win? I mean, it's 13 in certain other smaller events. It's something like 20 times he's played, he's never won. So how do you pick a result there where Ali Carter's going to win? So for Ali Carter to come here and have the belief to win after all that happening, all credit to him.
Absolutely. Let's hear from Ali. He's now with Rob.
Ali, I've been privileged enough to be watching snooker for about 10 years, seeing you around the circuit. I have never seen you as fired up for any match, not even the 2 finals in 08 and 12. You just had a look of incredible intensity in your eyes right from the start of the match.
Yeah, I mean, in the past I've been guilty of Ronnie intimidating me like probably has done to a lot of other players. He's turned me over here 4 times, you know, twice in the final, and you know, it's nice to finally get one up. Like as I said in my interviews before, I feel like a different person now since I've last played him in 2012. I've been through so much in my life, so you know, I'm just delighted to win. I'm delighted to get through.
So you set out with the mindset of being determined not to be bullied by his presence and his reputation around the table.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's got such a presence. He's such an amazing snooker player, you know. And he wasn't having it all his own way, to, you know, in the middle of that match. And, you know, I just stuck to my task and played hard match snooker. You know, when you let Ronnie in the balls, he scores so heavy and so quickly. But today it's my day and I'm delighted.
Were you concerned at the end of last night? We thought maybe you'd get out of that one 10-6, but he clawed it back to within 2, so you knew that the job was far from done when you came back today.
The job's never done against Ronnie, but I thought, you know, he's always going to go on a little spurt where he reels off 3 or 4 frames, you know. He's the best in the world. He's, you know, arguably the best of all time. So he's, you know, always going to reel off frames. But I just stuck in there and thought I'm going to reel off a few as well. So, you know, just went tit for tat today. Delighted.
I've got to ask you about that little exchange in the 19th frame.
Yeah.
What was your interpretation of what went on between the two of you?
Oh, it was nothing really. You know, we're both walking. He's walking to his chair and I'm walking to the table. And I was looking at the table, so we brushed shoulders. There was a lot of tension out there, a lot of pressure. You know, it's no big deal.
Do you think he was perhaps reacting to the fact that you were so determined not to be bullied? Do you think he was showing a bit of frustration in that moment?
Yeah, maybe. You know, who knows? Ronnie's he's a master in all areas, and he's a master of one-upmanship. But today, I was going to do whatever it took to win, and that's what I did.
You certainly did. There was some incredible celebrations at the end. You're a multiple ranking event winner, so I don't think we can say it's the biggest win of your career, but in the context of who you've beaten and where you've beaten him, where does this rank for you in your career? Because it clearly means a lot.
Yeah, of course it does. You know, we've got so much history here. This is the biggest tournament. Ronnie's an unbelievable player, and like I've said, he's turned me over so many times here. So there's a lot of, you know, people have just written me off before I got here. Do you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, you know, good luck against Ronnie, you're going to need it and all that. And I thought, yeah, all right, I've got no hope of winning, got no chance of winning. Let's just go about my business and see what happens. And I got there in the end.
So how high up is this in terms of your career? You know, it's not a ranking event win, and you're not in the final yet. But does this stand out as one of your biggest victories?
Well, not really. You know, I've had many big victories in the semi-finals of the world and winning my first ranking event. You know, at the end of the day, I'm only in the quarterfinals. I know I've just beat Ronnie O'Sullivan, which is great, but I'm here to do a job. I want one world title on my CV. I haven't had one yet. Maybe it's this week or next week. Who knows?
A day of huge emotion. Many, many congratulations. We'll see you in the quarterfinals.
Cheers. Thanks very much.
Thanks, fella.
Cheers.
And Ali's into his first quarter-final since his last run to the final, actually, in 2012. It's been a long time coming. And I think we've got to point out the fact that he says he's a different person since that last run to the final in 2012. And indeed he is. He's gone through 2 incredibly difficult times. He's beaten cancer twice in the last 6 years, and he comes here, and no wonder he's emotional after everything that he and his family have gone through.
He's not entitled to be. Nobody is. Absolutely. Just to be able to come back, play snooker in this venue, and to do what he's done today, if you don't get emotional about that, you never will.
OK, Ronnie O'Sullivan is out, and he is now with Roll.
Ronnie, a match of incredible intensity. Have you ever seen anybody as fired up against you as Ali was there?
No, he played really well. You know, he was the better player through the whole match. I was just hanging on to him really and just trying to make a bit of a game of it. And you know, he got in first every frame more or less. You know, I'd done a few clearances to try and keep in it. Battled back last night, but you know, I was second to the punch every time. He'd done a Mayweather on me.
From 8-3 down, you got right back in the match at the end of last night.
You can't afford to, you know, my first match I went 4-0 down, you know, and I kind of got over the line, if you like, 8-3 down. You can't win the World Championships when you're having bad spells like that, you know, I know that. And so I just had to hang in there and try and do what I could, try and make the score a little bit respectable, try and ask him the questions, try and get him to the final session and see if, you know, something happened. And I kept trying to the end and, you know, I just wasn't good enough, really.
Outside the Championship League, he had never beaten you until today, and he was clearly determined to not be intimidated by your reputation and your presence. Did his determination to play in that way get under your skin at all?
No, not at all. You know, Ali's a tough competitor, and you know he's always had that feistiness about him. You know, and that's probably why that's why he's won so many tournaments and been around so long. You know, you can have all the ability in the world, but if you haven't got that tenaciousness and that fighting spirit, you know, you're never going to win anything. You know, and Mark Selby, shows that more than anybody. And I think we all learn from players like that and realise that you've got to have a resolve. And you know, Ali was strong out there, and he played well, and he was strong, and you know, he deserved his victory. You know, and good luck to him.
Very gracious answer. I've got to ask you about that little exchange in the 19th. Was it something of nothing, or maybe emotions spilling over between the two of you, just a little shoulder exchange?
No, I mean, Ali, I've known Ali since he was like 10 years of age. You know, I knew he was going to be a very good player, and you know, it was a bit of nothing. But you know, sometimes it gets a little bit tense out there, but it's all a bit of fun. You know, it's all put behind us, and just good luck to Ali for the rest of the tournament.
Thanks for talking to us, Ronnie.
No problem.
Gracious from Ronnie, and just brushing all of that stuff off. It was certainly very tasty at the time, you got to say, but it's always good to see, as you say, that little slap on the chest from Ronnie's perspective on Ali there, and it was all very good sportsmanship at the end.
Yeah, and this game that we play is played by people who are great sports people, and you're playing the table, you're not playing the person. Very rarely does it ever get under people's skins, and at the end of it, a bit like boxers,
Exactly
cuddle
that.
at the end, it doesn't matter. We all understand those situations. But getting back to Ali Carter, I do think it's one of the best wins of his career, but I like his attitude. It's just the second round.
Well, actually, that's a very good point, because in the last couple of years when Ronnie has gone out to Ding Junhui, again, a kind of breakthrough victory for Ding over Ronnie. And before that, Barry Hawkins, again, it'd been 10 years since Barry had beaten him, but neither player was able to capitalise and go on and actually lift the title. It seems to be such an emotional high for those who do manage to get over Ronnie that they can't pick up thereafter. Is that the danger here for Ali?
Yeah, and I liked it. I thoroughly agree with Steve. I liked it when he said to the interview, he said, look, he said, I've beaten Ronnie. He said, I'm in a quarter-final. It's nowhere near job done. Yeah. Like, for the next couple of hours tonight, go and have a little drink if you want, and go with your pals and have a bite to eat somewhere and bask in the ambience of beating Ronnie O'Sullivan. But it's gone past midnight, because you're tomorrow, another day, and the tournament to win.
What an afternoon it's been.
Brilliant.
Absolutely astonishing stuff. And we're going to quickly bring him up to date with what's going on the other side of the table, because by complete contrast, really, with events that we've just seen in that Ali Carter-Ronnie O'Sullivan match, we've got John Higgins doling out the lessons to young Jack Lisowski. He was 5-0 up at the start of their second round match, and we're going to pick them up here in the next. What can Jack do to stop the runaway train that is the Scot?
One.
And no reason now why John in pot in the blue wouldn't play the cannon on the pink. He'll feel he's bound to be on the red to the right centre. And a good chance to open more reds up. Ooh, he didn't hit the pink full in the face. It's turned out okay, but he'd be disappointed.
6.
He had an opportunity there to knock quite a few balls into play.
Yeah, he'd love to play this red, the one on the edge of the pack, but it'd just be stretching. So change of plan.
Just a little bit under hit.
Yeah.
Just asking the referee to clean the cue ball, but he wanted to be straighter on this red.
50.
Now he's played this shot already twice today and not landed on one. Power required here into the cluster. Good hit again. How's his luck? Oh. Well, I think he's on one. I think he's on the one, the left of the two together, the left middle.
18.
This is actually a big shot the way the balls are. It's not a sitter, this. Big shot.
19. Four. 25.
Red's in the middle of the table, all slightly covering one another, but one good positional shot, and you'll be well set to take the frame at this visit. Not quite inch perfect.
32.
Recovered the situation nicely though, perfect on the blue.
$38. 39. 46. 47.
It's black to go 31 points in front. So red colour red still required, and
54.
it's under hit that. Wouldn't expect him to miss it, but it should have been easier.
55.
Yeah, slotted it in, and once again held perfectly for the blue. And after this blue, just one more red required for 6-0.
Yeah, you see the difference. 37 ahead,
60.
confirming that this red 6-0 in front. He feels he had a little shake of the head. He had a lively bounce there off the black cushion.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. But you wouldn't expect him to miss this. Now right in the heart of the pocket.
61.
Roger Lisowski still waiting for that first frame, and has to be said he had first chance in this one. He had first chance in the last one.
John, if he pots this red, he'll want to pink or black off it. Yeah,
67.
well played. He's trying to make the century. Every century this year is a £200 donation to the Jessie May Hospice. Go on, get past the blue.
74. Thank you. 76. 79. 83. 88. 94.
So the black for the 46th century of the championship so far, and John second. In it goes. At the moment, it's a one-man show. Turn up, they shout. John Higgins stretches his lead. Jack Lisowski, nothing to show for his efforts. He trails 6-0.
And in fact, Lisowski has absolutely nothing to show for his efforts this afternoon, because Higgins has completed a session whitewash over the 26-year-old left-hander who performed so brilliantly to beat Stuart Bingham in the last round. And I just wonder how big a surprise that is to John, because John and indeed Steve, you talked about this being a completely different step up in terms of best of 19s in the first round, best of 25s against a four-time world champion here.
Yeah, we had a result against him a few weeks ago. He beat him 6-2, didn't he, in China? But it's a totally different kettle of fish here. Higgins over 3 sessions in his own backyard is a serious examination. And the first couple of frames of that match, Jack had really good chances and didn't take them. And it's just got progressively worse for him. And he's, well, you'd think he's out now, 8-0 down.
You would. He's supposed to be coming back tomorrow afternoon and then Monday evening to finish this one off. And clearly in the back of John's mind, I'm sure, is let's get this finished with the session to spare.
Yes, I mean, if he can win the session 5-3, he's over the line. So every chance he's going to do that, or certainly be on the brink of it, sharing the sessions 4-all would be good. But it just goes to show, even in a match of best of 25 frames, how important the start can be. And if you're not completely on it right from the start of that match, you're not focused, thinking, oh, it's a long match, there's plenty of time to ease your way in, it can all start unravelling. And that appears to be what's happened. So any of the good work that Jack Lisowski done in his last match has been unpicked by slow start and John Higgins being sort of on it immediately.
He has handed out a bit of a lesson today, John.
Oh, he is the master match player. I mean, honestly, in the last round, lots of players would have gone out to Tapchild and knew the way he played. John Higgins was just used all his match play experience, and it's the same thing again today.
All right, well, earlier on today, we also had a real cracking match involving Barry Hawkins, the Hawk, who was up against 20-year-old Chinese new boy Liu Haotian. And from 1-5 and 3-8 down, the 20-year-old had surged back to 10-all. But Hawkins mustered breaks of 54 and 132 and 76 to close this one out, and he does so 13-10. He's into his 6th Crucible quarter-final in a row. And in the end, it was comfortable. It was a cracking match, and we'll see a lot more of this young fella. But let's hear from the man who won it. It's the Hawk.
Barry, congratulations, but what an effort from a 20-year-old. 8-3 down, and he pegged you back to 10-all. He forced you to dig deep there at the end.
Oh, he certainly did. Yeah, I missed a couple of balls yesterday into the middle pockets. Where maybe you could have pushed on. But apart from that, I mean, I think that was a fantastic game, really. I said to Terry, even though I was 10-all there and I lost a terrible frame, I said I've really enjoyed it so far. I mean, I'd have been gutted, obviously, to lose, but overall, I think the standard was really good.
Can you see him as a major World Championship contender in a couple of years' time, bearing in mind that's only been his debut?
Well, I don't know, yeah. I mean, if he keeps playing like that, why not? I mean, probably a little bit rough around the edges, I suppose, but, I mean, he keeps potting balls and... like you say, he's got time on his side, but, I mean, who knows, you know? I mean, he's a possibility, that's for sure, yeah.
Great composure by you, though, having been pegged back to 10-all. A couple of big clearances. You showed your class.
Well, I dug deep in the end there, and, yeah, I'm really pleased with how I finished that match off there, especially after losing a terrible frame there to go 11-9. I showed well, I suppose, a bit of bottle there at the end. Yes, I'm pleased. I'm still in it.
Looking at your record at the Crucible, it's funny, isn't it? Because for the first 5 years, you couldn't buy a first-round win for love nor money, but that is your 6th successive qualification for a quarter-final. You seem really at home now on the biggest stage. Why have you been able to turn it round in such dramatic fashion? Because you're one of the most consistent performers in the last 4 or 5 years here.
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't really know, to be honest with you. I wish I knew the magic answer, but I don't know. I just turn up and play and then see what happens. And lucky for me, I mean, I've been playing some decent stuff here over the last few years, like you say. So yeah, I don't think there's no magic formula. It's just, I don't know. I can't answer that question. I ain't got a clue.
Well, if you do find out, you better bottle it and keep it quiet.
Yeah.
Any preference, Ding or McGill?
No, I don't care. I'm in the next round. That's all that matters. And yeah, I think I've got a day off now if I'm right, and chill out, do a bit of practice, watch everyone else sweat it out again.
Well done, Barry.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done indeed. And this is the bottom half of the draw where you will see Barry Hawkins has gone through there, as indeed has Ali Carter. But of course, there'll be no Ronnie O'Sullivan in there as well. Ding Junhui is now the top-seeded player left in this year's championship, and he faces Anthony McGill in the race to face Barry. And it's between Mark Williams and Rob Milkins who'll be playing tonight. And they know that the winner will be facing Ali Carter. Now, let's have a quick look at the top half of the draw, because obviously no Mark Selby. He was the #1 seed and defending champion. And it's Mark Allen, the Masters champion, who actually was the first man through to the quarterfinals last night. And he will face either Karen Wilson, who's 11-5 up on Jamie Jones. They'll be playing to a finish this evening at 7. And it looks for all the world as though John Higgins can more or less pencil his name into that quarter-final. Ricky Walden or Judd Trump standing there. Now, so no Ronnie O'Sullivan, the world #1. There's no world #2, beg your pardon, and no Mark Selby. Now, how do the rest of the guys in this year's championship view the look and the picture that's left with us in the draw now, John?
You shouldn't view anything, because you just view the next match. If you'd have said to me coming here that O'Sullivan or Selby wouldn't be in the quarter-final, I'd never have believed it. Bookmakers were well, they're winning fortunes with those two going out already. But for the rest of it, you've got to ignore what has gone on in that draw. You've just got to concentrate on your next match in your next sessions.
For you, Steve, who is now the favourite?
Oh, I don't know. Is it a 40-year-old? Is it John Higgins? It's going to be a 40-year-old wins this tournament, or a new name on the trophy. I mean, you'd perhaps think a new name on the trophy could be, but John Higgins is a great player.
We shall see.
As is Mark Williams.
Indeed, so many ifs and buts. And a reminder that at 7 o'clock tonight, Steve and I will be back to see the remainder of the Karen Wilson-Jamie Jones match. Karen Wilson is just a couple of frames away. Mark Williams and Rob Milkins just getting underway. But the big news is that the rocket has been downed, and the captain has steered a course through rather furious waters this afternoon. He is into the quarterfinals, and thank you very much for sharing all of this drama with us today. From the three of us, it's goodbye.